Hey, sneak peekers! My name is Gavin, and if you're anything like me, then you might have also tried, and failed, to sneak into Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas last week to catch a glimpse of the largest film industry trade show in the country, CinemaCon. For the past 15 years, CinemaCon has served as the major Hollywood studio's first opportunity to present their upcoming slate of films to members of all facets of the entertainment industry, including distributors, marketers, exhibitors, and more. With that being said, CinemaCon is one of the most important opportunities that Hollywood studios have to get key members of the distribution end of the industry excited about screening and promoting their projects. As a result, the quality of a studio's CinemaCon appearance can set the tone for the rest of its year. So today, I'll be ranking this year's presentations from the 5 big major Hollywood studios: Disney, Universal, Warner Bros., Paramount, and Sony, to predict how the year may pan out for them. Coming in at dead last this year was Disney. The films featured this year reflected more or less the same attitude that Disney has embraced for years now. Sequels, sequels, sequels. You'll see later that no studio is innocent in this, but Disney's presentation especially seemed more focused on rehashing safe bet hits rather than putting out anything genuinely exciting. The studio revealed new footage from films like The Devil Wears Prada 2, Toy Story 5, and the live-action remake of Moana, all of which had me asking, who's asking for this? The studio's presentation ended with their ace in the hole for 2026, Avengers Doomsday. Despite revealing footage that generated plenty of anticipation online, Disney's presentation felt undercut by news of Disney's plans to lay off over 1,000 of their employees, including nearly the entire visual design team at Marvel Studios. Following this news, the decision to focus on the likely success of Avengers felt a little out of touch. In 4th place ranks Paramount, the studio with the most to prove this year, considering its pending acquisition of Warner Bros. As of this week, an open letter signed by prominent members of the entertainment industry in opposition to the merger has reached over 2,000 signatures, with congressional antitrust pressure heating up as well. As a result, Paramount's new CEO David Ellison opened the studio's presentation himself by surprise, committing to a 45-day exclusive theatrical window for releases and promising investors 30 films released per year upon the successful purchase of Warner Bros. While the statements from Ellison may have reassured some wary of the merger, Ellison's statements largely already echoed promises that had been expressed by the company, with little assurance toward those who fear further monopolization in Hollywood. Paramount's slate of films ranged from IP cash-ins, such as a new Call of Duty film written by Taylor Sheridan, to sequels like Top Gun 3 and Scary Movie. And that's not even mentioning whatever the hell's going on with Ty West's new Christmas Carol starring Johnny Depp. However, the studio ended its presentation by showcasing footage from director Gina Prince Bythewood's new film, Children of Blood and Bone, adapted from the young adult novel of the same name. Considering the novel's popularity and the disappearance of young adult blockbusters like Harry Potter and The Hunger Games, I think there's a safe bet that this film, and Top Gun 3, could prove to be major hits for the studio. In 3rd place, we have Universal, whose presentation can largely be summed up as just okay. Unlike Disney or Paramount, Universal had much less at stake with its presentation, although the lineup of projects showcased left much to be desired. The studio seems to be primarily absorbed with marketing Christopher Nolan's adaptation of The Odyssey. Following the success of Oppenheimer back in 2023, it's undeniable that Nolan's Odyssey will likely prove to be one of the studio's largest releases, and the studio clearly went in intending to get exhibitors excited about this film, which proved seemingly successful. Universal also unveiled a new trailer for the new Meet the Parents sequel, Focker-in-Law, starring Ariana Grande. While a 4th Focker film feels a bit unnecessary, Grande's appearances on SNL have proven that she has a strong sense of comedic timing, and I think that her inclusion in the film might make for something worth watching. Though not every project shared seems like a hit. The studio dedicated the opening of their presentation to discuss an upcoming Snoop Dogg biopic starring Jonathan Davis from Outer Banks, which seems like it probably should have happened 20 years ago. But I'll admit, I can't wait to find out who's playing Martha Stewart. Coming in at 2nd place, we have Sony Pictures. As the first studio to present last Monday, Sony set the tone for the convention. Right out the gate, CEO Tim Rothman discussed the long-term health of the industry by calling upon exhibitors to enforce wider release windows, lower cost of admission, and reduce advertising before films. According to sources in attendance, exhibitors seemed to take the sentiment well, while Sony, of course, delivered on mounting hype for Spider-Man, showcasing footage from both Spider-Man Brand New Day and Beyond the Spider-Verse. They also showcased footage from The Social Reckoning and Zach Cregger's Resident Evil, both of which I'm very excited to see. Overall, while it seems like there's nothing revolutionary about Sony's slate, their commitment to sparking dialogue with theater owners feels like more of a step in the right direction than other promises being made by competing studios. But the champion of this year was clearly Warner Brothers, who revealed new footage from several major upcoming releases, including Supergirl and Clayface, Alejandro Inarritu's Digger, and the opening sequence of Dune Part 3. The studio also announced a new film by Sean Baker intended to spearhead a new specialty label focused on indie features called Warner Brothers Clockwork. Across nearly all of the films presented, both IP and original, there seemed to be a tremendous anticipation from both audiences and exhibitors, proving exactly why everyone in Hollywood seems to want control of this studio. It seems that Warner Brothers is continuing to grow a strong portfolio of films, which, as Sony's presentation made clear, is the #1 responsibility of these studios to keep theaters alive. Who do you think won CinemaCon? If you have a different ranking, let us know in the comments or on Instagram at SneakPeekTV. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.